Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 663. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. This week, we're ranking another video game, as it turns out. Sly Cooper joins the list. The list is an ever-growing list of video games that Matt and I rank every week on the Free Cheese podcast. You can find it over at thefreecheese.com/the list. More on Sly Cooper later. Matt, what's your favorite Pixar film?
Probably a Toy Story. Probably the correct answer should be one.
Ooh, good answer. I'm cheating and looking at a list of.
I have not seen like the last like 7 Pixar movies, but
No, yeah, I tapped out.
I do have a soft spot for Finding Nemo as well. I think the representation of the seagull in that movie is one of the most accurate representations of any animal or character or anything like that in all of movies. And I find it equally as funny because my alma mater mascot is a fucking seagull. So,
my gut was Ratatouille, so I guess I'll go Ratatouille. But
I've never seen Ratatouille. Funny enough, rode the ride in fucking Epcot, but I have not seen the movie.
How's the ride go?
It's one of those. It's like one of those like moving car interactive things. Like the floor is all like magnetic, and the car like it is nothing fast. It does and nothing like quick turning, but like it takes you like station to station, and like something will happen on the screen, and then like your car will shake or like spin or whatever. There's like one time when Ratatouille like pulls a cork, and like you get a little like mist spray in you.
Sure.
Yeah, one of those. That was interesting.
4D effect. Yeah.
Cause it's like 3 cars that are individual, but in a group, and then like sometimes like the middle car will go out, take like an alternate route because we're like mice running around the kitchen.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of that. It's a fun ride. If it like I'm not waiting 2 hours for this ride, but I think I waited 30 minutes and was satisfied.
Yeah, that's fun. I didn't mean to tee us up with a Parisian reference here, but I guess it's fitting given the setting of Sly Cooper. I said Sly Cooper. Forgive me. It is Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, also known as Sly Cooper 1. Sly Cooper, developed by Sucker Punch Productions, published by Sony Computer Entertainment, released on the PlayStation 2, first in North America, September 24th, 2002. Back of the box reads, "There's a new thief in town. Spotlights, alarms, and infrared lasers, rooftop chases, narrow escapes, and dodging security guards. Grabbing priceless jewels and emptying casinos, it's like taking candy from a baby. Sly Cooper, the notorious international thief, is out to reclaim what is rightfully his. Prepare to infiltrate the most secure places in the world. He's one cunning, devious, Thievius Raccoonus." See, knowing what I know about the game, I would have lost that last line. Because he's not a Thievius Raccoonus. The Thievius Raccoonus is a book. A book stolen by the enemies of the Cooper family.
The Fiendish Five, isn't it?
Yes, the Fiendish Five that Sly must defeat and reobtain. Before we dive deep into Sly Cooper, what is your preferred flavor of platformer?
You're talking like 3D?
Like a 3D? Do you like a collectible heavy? Do you like to just kind of platforming puzzle challenge, that kind of stuff?
That's a good question. I want to say a 3D one. But that's not always the case. Yeah, I would probably lean 3D before I do anything else, but I'm not like chasing that stuff either. I have to play when the mood strikes correctly. Like I didn't I wasn't jumping up and down when Ukulele was announced.
Sure. Yeah. I'll note the top of our list is currently Super Mario Galaxy 2. And we don't really do a lot of platformers, do we?
No. So Joe, ask me the reason why for putting this game on the list.
What's the reason for putting this game on the list, Matt?
Before this year, I felt like we had a severe lack of mascot platformers.
Yeah, we do.
That in combination of looking at PlayStation Studios and seeing, oh, Sucker Punch, we should get one of those games on there. Probably not Infamous, though. Right, they did Sly Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, well, that makes sense. My other questions, I did a really good job this episode and next of making sure to not ask you why this game.
Oh, okay.
I still do, but in different ways. My next question was, is there a recent platforming game that has drawn you in?
Oh, just like...
Do they still make them?
The answer is yes. I don't remember what I just played, though. Oh, Astrobot.
That was my answer, too. Yeah. I think they
Both
did
of them.
that
Doesn't matter which one.
perfectly.
Yeah,
The free one that comes installed on your PS5
Playroom, right?
Was that Astro's Playroom, and then Astrobot the full mascot platformer. Both of those were just great games that also happened to celebrate PlayStation's history, which was really cool. That is by far my most anticipated next announcement title from PlayStation Studios. Could not care about Intergalactic. I'm excited for Wolverine, but in terms of like everything, give me 15 more Astrobots, and I mean that wholly. Like, I would play 15 of those before I play one more.
I would be curious how they attack it. Like, I don't want to say they blew their load in the second game, but like, they blew their load in the second game.
Yeah, I mean, the first one was like, hey, here's the console history,
right,
and let's do all that. The second one was, here's the character history. So you either do that again with diminishing returns, or you just lean on the like laurels of Astrobot himself, right? And like do more of that. You kind of leave the PlayStation stuff behind, which I think the property's strong enough to do, but I also know like part of the appeal and part of the thing that everyone recommends when you say like you should play Astrobot, it's a great platformer and it's got all this stuff. But
I wouldn't mind them leaning into more of the themed levels.
Yes, yeah, because they had like it was 5 worlds or whatever, and each of those 5 did a thing from PlayStation history. Yeah, I mean, I think some of the Japan studio stuff that there's a lineage there in Team Asobi, so I think celebrate some of the stuff that we don't get to see anymore. I'm just saying, if all of these big bets on all of these multiplayer things aren't working out and putting your games on PC aren't working out, maybe go to what worked. Be weird. Spend money in smaller, cooler projects. The other problem too, for everyone listening, because I assume that Herman Hulse is listening to the podcast. I know Jim Ryan is. I know he's retired, but I know he sits back. He enjoys the show all the time. I get emails from him all the time. But I also know that there's listeners hearing this who will agree with me and nod their head. They don't actually buy it. Because it turns out everybody just buys GTA 5 still. That's the only thing selling. I screamed about this a couple weeks ago. Something. I don't know. Any opportunity I get. Stop buying GTA 5. Buy Astrobot.
The new Astrobot sequel, you think it will have representation from Concord?
Yeah. You want to pay homage to all of PlayStation's history, right? Did it have... they put Polygon Man in the last one, so... He was a blip. My other question was why Sly Cooper and why not Ratchet or Jack and Daxter?
Simply because I've never played a Sly game.
Hey, you know what? In writing my review for this, I, kind of realized I loved Rocket Robot on Wheels and I loved Infamous. but outside of maybe 20 minutes on the PS3 at some point, I've never played Sly myself either. Um, Rocket Robot on Wheels has been on my lit. I don't know what's called. My my discards for like several seasons now, and I think I always kind of throw it away because I'm like, I don't know if this is. I don't think it's. We've done this a few times with games we really really liked when we were younger, and we revisit them now, and they just don't work the same way, and it kind of taints them for you. And my memory of Rocket is strong. I want to leave it there, I think. So I've kind of always ignored going back to it for the list purposes, especially to kind of dissect it the way we do and whatnot. Um, I'm with you. Like Infamous, maybe Infamous could work on the list, but again, those are games I played, platinumed every one of them. Like played
Yeah, I
both
mean,
sides,
I never
good and bad.
platinumed them, but I played 1 and 2 through
And
pretty
I love them,
extensively.
but yeah, I don't know. And if I mean now we're this podcast goes up before this state of play thing happens, but maybe we get some new Infamous stuff. That would be something.
Or we get a GTA 6 trailer and a pre-order button. You
Yeah,
start buying 6.
Yeah, you're gonna get a couple of cars with Mount Fuji in the background. That way, they can remind you that Gran Turismo exists, and you don't need to buy Forza Horizon 6. Um, I don't know what else. That's about it. Hey, you know what? Last time we got a Castlevania game, so I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, I'd not played Sly either. Um, I played through Jack 1 when they came to PS3 via the HD collection. Started Jack 2, and that game's so different, and I kind of bounced quickly. Ratchet and Clank, I have also never really played a lot of.
I played through 2 of them on PS2, but I could not tell you which of the two, as in like I think 4 of them on PlayStation 2. I could not tell you which ones I played
Yeah, and
anymore.
I'd be curious to revisit those. We'll see what happens next year. But um, I've played a handful of Ratchet games, but it's always been like I don't think I've ever finished a Ratchet.
You did?
Um,
I thought you played Rift Apart.
which one's that?
The
Was that
new one.
PS5?
Yeah.
I did enough of it to
Oh, okay.
play. Yeah, I never finished it. I don't think I finished it. It was one of those things where like once I got a PS5 and I got PS Plus and it was on there, I did a bunch of it for a while and was like, oh yeah, it's cool. But I think at that point, like the novelty of the fast loading had worn off, and I just bounced, did something else. The bane of availability, you know. But that said, I was excited to finally get to play Sly, and now having played it, I'm really really happy we did play it. Much like most platformers, as we move into our gameplay breakdown section, Sly Cooper is broken down into also 5 levels. I didn't take note of it. I'm just going off memory with this, but 5. Um, they each kind of step through a different biome and have you play through stages. Maybe 1 or 2 of those stages might be variant of this traditional gameplay. You fight a boss, you collect things along the way. That's Sly Cooper. But obviously, there's a lot more to it than that. What are the goals per each level?
So yeah, I mean, I guess we should just the story beats will kind of help guide us here a little bit. You play Sly. He is a raccoon who is a thief. He comes from a lineage of thieves going way way back in time, and all their methods and secrets and all that are held in the textbook, the Thievius Raccoonus, that is passed along the lineage of the Raccoonus family. But the Fiendish, I mentioned it earlier, the Fiendish Five, which are your 5 main antagonists in this game, come through and have taken it and have each taken various pages of it, and so you're going around and collecting it. And you go into their, that's where you get the biomes. Their base is a different like biome, And yeah, as you're kind of like getting to them in every single one of these, maybe except the last one, you have to get keys from the various stages to
Mhm.
progress in like the main hub area of these biomes, and you just progressively do that until you get all the keys, and then there's a boss battle. Rinse and repeat 4 times. The fifth level is slightly different. Well, not slightly, it's slightly a little bit different, but that's your main gameplay. um each stage, like any good one of these 3D platformers, does have a collectible. They're called clues. They're like little bottles. If you get all of them in a stage, you can crack a safe that's usually found towards the end of the stage and get a page of the Thievius Raccoonus. And that will give you a new ability or some kind of benefit of some kind. And that could be, there's a few different things, but like there's one where you can throw your hat as a mine.
Mhm.
There's one where you like do this like weird jump and attack. There's even like there's an upgrade to binoculars to let you see where the collectibles are in the other stages at various points. So yeah, there's some different things. And I found out because of my little mishap that they go in order and not by stage. So you don't need to complete the one in a certain stage to get the ability. You just need to do 3 of them.
Oh, got it.
Um, so yeah, so that's the game. And then if there's further bonus stuff, because again, you don't own when you beat the game, you don't have all the pages of the Thievius Raccoonus because you got to get them from the locks. There's reason to go back and replay the levels that you didn't get them, and they do the Crash Bandicoot thing of doing a time trial on a stage you have already beaten as well. Now, I did not go back and do any of those. I don't know how hard they are. I know they can get quite tedious in Crash. I'm going to assume they can get to that kind of level here.
Yeah, I the same thing here. They're I didn't go. I want to finish the platinum for this because I think it'd be a fun platinum to get. It's been a while since I've chased a platinum, but yeah, I don't think they're all a cakewalk. What you described though is why I like this game so much. I think on paper, so much of it is by the book platforming 101, right? Like it does the 5 worlds, or yeah, 5 worlds, so many stages within those worlds, complete the level, collect the key, fight the boss, you did it. But I think what makes it interesting is there's a really great incentive to collect all of the clues in each level. So it's not just collecting for collecting sake. You actually get gameplay mechanics out of it, which is really really nice benefit. And I like the it's not that I like the story in the sense that like I can't wait to see what happens. But I genuinely enjoyed the performances. I enjoyed the way they presented everything. I thought all of that was really, really well done. So the combination of meaningful collectibles and a story that wasn't like, some of these old platformers can like skew too low age wise of an audience. They can kind of go for everything and not really hit. This one just kind of clicked. I don't know. It worked for me. Um, I don't know. What did you think of? I know the story is a weird thing to call out on this, but like again, like for me, it's more like presentation, the acting, the cinematics they were really really nice.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say like I think the main thing here is they tell it in like a noir type style a little
yeah,
bit, and that's like the key calling card to attract my attention in a way because I kind of like that kind of stuff. And I like the art style of this game and the
yeah,
way that I mean I know we're not talking about visuals quite yet, but like the way they incorporate because the cinematics look just different. Like you can see where they're getting to the comic panels for Infamous, but not
right,
quite
right.
yet.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. They're kind of there, but not.
yeah. And again, like you said, the voice acting again, a surprise. I'm not terribly surprised because it's PS2, and Jack and Daxter is doing this already and stuff. But like, it's surprisingly really good and captivating.
Hmm.
Um, and I just have a good sense of I like the characters. I think like his squad. I forget the two accomplices he has, but like
Uh,
they're very stereotypical, but like they own it. They're kind of funny in that sense. I like
yeah.
the frenemy in the
The
detective. What's her
cop.
name?
Yeah.
I can't think of her name, but she like Sly is so very much like interested in her, but can't be with her for obvious
Carmelita.
reasons. What was it?
Right. Carmelita.
Carmelita, yeah.
Yeah. And then they're Murray and Bentley.
Murray and Bentley, yeah, yeah. Believe Bentley is Bentley the turtle.
Yes. Yep.
So Bentley is like your, uh, smart.
The man in the chair.
Yeah, right. Your Barbara, if you would.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
And then Bentley is the driver who
Yeah.
gets caught in various precarious situations that Sly will have to bail you out of.
And that goes into like some of how where the gameplay changes, where it's
Right.
not so much just a traditional platformer and the stuff you're doing, but like you'll have to arm a cannon and shoot things off in the distance that are about to attack Murray as he runs across. Um, the other change with Murray specifically is because he's a driver, you'll have racing stages where you have to race to defeat the opponents and get the key. Um, which all that's to say, we're talking about the variations from the gameplay, but we haven't talked about core gameplay yet. Yes, it's a platformer, but with Sly Cooper, it's a little interesting. He's got a cane as his like weapon for attacking. It's got like a little question mark hook kind of thing on it,
Mm-hmm.
and he also will use that for platforming. So you can use it like if there's hooks in a level, you can kind of grab those and swing, which honestly is right out of Rocket. Rocket had a little beam on the top of his head or like a rod that would shoot out like a magnetized
Mm.
thing and you could swing that kind of thing. Sucker Punch, I think seeing what they did in Rocket, I can see what they did here in terms like Sucker Punch was or not Sucker Rocket was nothing but physics. It was just like we have 3D now, let's figure out physics. And you can see where they still are playing with that, but in a more like traditional platforming setting with Sly Cooper. Um, yeah, what's his basic move set? We've got jump, hit, swing, and sneak.
Yeah, like like squares attack if I remember right. X's jump, circle. My God,
Circle if
was
you're
that the
up against
special?
like if you're near like a glowing
The
path or
glittery.
something,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
That's the
you can
special
hit
move.
that to like sneak.
And then triangle is whatever was mapped to your special, and those are the things you were typically getting from unlocking the safe.
Yeah.
And then you used, I think, the shoulder buttons to flip those on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like I don't know, like your platforming is more like high wire, like like ledges, cables, sliding. Not to say that like a
Yeah,
Ratchet and Clank or
grinding.
Jack and Daxter isn't doing this, but like they're more running around in 3D space and attacking enemies. Sly is not like that. Sly is very fragile, like one hit KO, done,
Yes.
and not
Yeah.
like I don't know. I guess Jack and Daxter is kind of well, no, they has the green orbs. Never mind, he's not. Um, yeah, like he's like one hit KO. Now you can earn the horseshoe.
The
Um,
horseshoe.
you
You
can
can
either
get what, like two tier of that?
yeah, the
The
silver and the
golden.
gold. You can either find them. There might be one in a stage, and then every 100 coins you collect, and coins are also found in the level by defeating enemies, breaking boxes, the environment, whatever. You get 100 of those, you will get a horseshoe or another level of the horseshoe. And if you have both levels of the horseshoe, you get a life.
Yep.
Um, but no, yeah, and like I said, though, the platform in this game, I don't know how to explain it without like having you like think of what you would be doing if you were sneaking around and you were a raccoon that can climb on telephone like poles and shit like that. Like that's what the
Yeah.
platforming is in this game. And And yeah, Ration and Clank, your guns blazing, like literally in that game. This is the exact opposite. You generally are not attacking too many people unless like provoked or you need to or they're in your way. But typically, like when you get into the encounter, you aren't attacking first. You're trying to bait the attack to
The
counterattack.
dodge, exactly. Yeah.
Um, again, different from like every other mascot platformer. Like we literally just played Toomba a couple weeks ago. Like we were not baiting out attacks and doing counter attacks for the most part. We were jumping on
No,
people and biting them as quick as
leaping.
possible.
Yeah.
Um, you look at the other ones like Mario, you're using your power ups or jumping. Jack and Daxter, you're doing the spin kick. We will talk about later entries, and Ration and Clank are firing away. Um, so yeah, it's a different type of like it's in definitely in that realm, but it's like a unique take on it.
It's its own flavor for sure.
Yeah,
And there's also the like um there's lights. So you'll have like spotlights that are
right.
kind of on a cycle and you just sneak around those. When you get to the end of a section where you're being kind of like followed by lights, there's usually an alarm and you can hit that to just like fully nullify the lights, but also if you've triggered the alarm, you can turn it off by hitting that and you'll want to because where the lights are initially yellow and looking for you, if you trigger them, they turn red, and those are one hit kill. Well, they'll do whatever one hit of
Yeah,
damage if you've got the horseshoe. Yeah, but um,
yeah. You're more like this is like a 3D mascot platformer meets Metal Gear Solid in a weird way.
yeah, yeah. In the loosest sense, but yeah.
Yes.
Um, did you have a favorite of those like unlockable abilities that you utilized?
I honestly was not using triangle too much. Um,
Okay, thank you. 'Cause I was not either.
there was one that I did end up using a lot, I feel, but now I can't remember it.
I remember using the explosive hat at some point a couple times. The decoy was interesting, um, but yeah, I kind of there was one where I like kind of forgot that I had them for a while. Um, talking about the you brought up the fiendish five. I was going to call them the fabulous five. You have Raleigh, he was the frog, right?
Oof.
First one.
Yes. I'm trying to remember what he did.
Yeah, Raleigh was the frog with the giant top hat. He kind of, um, obviously he hops, but he was sort of like um, the crash fight. One of those, the one with Rue, but his was more on like hexagons or pentagons that were in like a circle. Also,
Okay.
he's not the first one, is he?
That's what I was. I feel like that was the second one, but who would be the first one?
I'm looking at a list here. You got no, that must be it. It's Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, Panda King, and Clockwork.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm pulling up the level. I got the levels now. Yeah. The yeah, jumping around. Yes. I know what's going on now.
He
Yeah.
does seem like he's later in the thing, though. Like you do a fight before that, but I guess not. I don't know.
Well, you do the prologue, but I don't think there's a boss fight in the prologue.
No, you're just sort of like running away. But yeah. Um, you had interesting fun in the middle of this game. You want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, I luckily it wasn't really like replaying this level. It was the second and part of the third level. But I was playing the ready for this mouthful, the PlayStation 4 version, which is the PlayStation 2 emulation on my PlayStation 5.
Wait, is that separate from there? Because there is a native PlayStation 5 version.
Or maybe, sorry, maybe the native PlayStation 5 version is the PS2 version. And I was
I'm
throwing
looking. 'Cause There's
PS4 to
the
be an asshole.
there's also the
There's the
yeah, they
collection.
upgraded it. Yeah, there's the collection which is on PS3, which you can play through streaming
Correct.
on PlayStation
Plus.
Plus. Yeah.
But I
They
bought.
did make a native PS5 version.
Okay, then I played the native PlayStation 5 version that uses the PlayStation 2 emulation they built in. Um,
Yep, 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 yep.
Anyway, the key part about that is I was using the emulation, and I went to save, and I fucked up, and I hit load by mistake. And once you hit load, you can't go back. So I
Yeah.
lost like, I think I said 3 hours when I texted you. It might have been closer to 2 in a replay, or I just got better at the game. One of the two. But I,
Well, yeah, you kind of like know what to do at that point, so it's
I
easier to play.
essentially lost like the entire second world and the first like third of the third world. Um, and I
Ah,
had to replay it. Oh,
yeah,
I
break that
really
wall.
thought I was gonna stop playing. Like I was so upset and mad that I thought I was gonna stop playing. But the next day, I was like, I kind of got the itch. I'll take it like a couple stages at a time, and once I get there, I'll want to play. But then I ended up doing like the second level all in one sitting again, and then I put it down, and I got quickly to where I was in the third level the next sitting, and I kept playing. So not
And
bad.
I think that's a testament to this, where like you kind of can do that without too much aggravation.
Yeah, no, this is very easy pick up and play. Because of it, I was able to get some more of the saves, which was nice.
Yeah,
And that's how I discovered what I found out about the ordering of them.
yeah, that's interesting.
Um, so yeah, no, I just think this is like a fun, like quick pick up and play game. Like all the stages aren't long at all.
I kind of want to. I know this sounds crazy, but I kind of want to finish the platinum on PS5 and then buy it on Vita, or I might even have it on Vita already, like from back when. But
Right.
and do it again because I feel like it's a good Vita game, just like to hold in your hand and run through. Plus, they did Sly 1, 2, 3, but they also did Sly 4 that came out on Vita. Different developer, but
Thieves in
still,
Time.
yeah. But yeah, it was good enough that I want to see more of it. Anything else on the gameplay side of things? Boss fights? Any of the key mechanics there that stand out to you or anything?
I would say the boss fights were the biggest mix-ups besides the Bentley and Murray levels. Um,
Yeah,
like you said, the first one very Crash Bandicoot with like the chasing platforms. Um, the last call one that is Mugshot.
mugshot. Yeah,
That fucking one.
that was bad.
That was a tough. That's hard for this type of game.
Yeah, I did not have a great
I
time with that
struggled.
one.
I flexed my rewind button very much the first and
I
second
did
time.
not remember there was a rewind, but I played the same version as you on PS5. That sucks.
Yeah, I flexed that rewind. I was like I was, as I always do with like save states and rewinds. I try to like not really flex the
Yeah,
muscle
yeah.
until desperation kicks in. So when I lost my progress for level 2 and 3, they very much came into effect of, we're gonna use the rewind button a lot. And then there was some stuff towards the end I used it for as well, just for checkpointing reasons. Um, but no, this was like the first fight where I saw my lives just like dink, dink, dink. I'm like,
Yep.
fuck, okay, all right. I'm not like game overing at this point because I didn't know what a game over looked like.
No, it was a really thankfully game over is not too bad. But you
um,
just have to restart the level you're on.
okay, that's not that bad. I know there's
Yeah.
checkpointing in the actual main stages, but yeah, this
Yeah.
boss fight, I guess we're complaining about it. We haven't talked about it. There is like these like crystals in the middle of it, and they create like a grid. And Mugshot will constantly chase you through this grid, and when you get into his line of sight, he will fire a gun at you. And you only have like a second to get behind cover. And of course, in this game, you get hit once and you die unless you have a horseshoe. So yeah, his just constant following you, and then you have to go around the outskirts of the level and hit these mirrors to get lights on these crystals to essentially like blind him. And
Yeah.
then there's like two levels of it where you're running around, and then there's a third part of it where you're like balancing on a chandelier,
On a yeah.
like type thing. But that was the easiest part of the whole.
That was as soon as I got to that, it was over. But yeah, the other parts, I think it's like the angle and the detection or lack thereof. Like it was really that was the toughest boss fight of the game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the final fight was
Final fight's
another
tough.
one where
Final fight's tough, and
like
then your checkpoints aren't that forgiving either.
checkpoints. There are no checkpoints.
Well, I guess that, yeah.
Yeah, you're thrown right back to the beginning of the fight if you fail. And he's got 3 phases, so you're yeah, no bueno.
So yeah, mugshot, and then flame fu, which is literally the it feels like the prequel to fucking Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. It's Baby Panda.
They tend to call it the Panda King.
Parents?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
But no, it would. I don't know what the main mechanic was. It felt like you had to like climb this, like run in a circle and climb this like pyramid type. It's not like a pyramid, but like, you have to like climb these levels to get to them. But if you just kind of ran, there was like no threat.
Yeah, you could kind of like work your way back up to him easily enough.
Yeah,
I only
like,
died like once or twice
but
on that by like stepping in the wrong direction.
yeah, but like it gave you like the glowing crystal things where like you could like hide and like you're supposed to take cover there, but like I never felt that was
No,
necessary.
Beelined right to him and just would wail away until.
And that one plays out more like your traditional like Mario boss fight, where like you just dodge the attacks, dodged AOE, you bait out the attack, and then you hit, and then rinse and repeat 3 to 4 times, and the fight's over. My favorite one, the Deadly Dance with Ms. Ruby,
Ms. Ruby
is literally just a rhythm game.
The tough part about that though is I was on a phone call. I think I was catching up with my mom and playing this, and like this is a perfect type of game for, the mom phone call.
Yeah.
You can just kind of yeah. And then I got to this, and it's also a point in the conversation where I'm doing most of the talking. It worked though. I remember like getting through this and being really impressed that I was able to like pull off the timing with talking, because it's
that's impressive. I felt like some of my X presses weren't registering here, but
I definitely had a few moments where I was like, I know I nailed that.
Yeah. But no, that was that. And then, like you said, the last. Oh, Flame Fu. Oh no. Oh, I skipped. I'm sorry. Deadly Dance was the third one. Flame Fu was the fourth one, and then, A Strange Reunion, which is the last boss fight. And like you said, it's with a person named Clockwork, and it's a 3-phase fight that has various different mechanics to it that kind of combine everything you have learned through obtaining some of the other pages of the Thievius Raccoonus.
Yes. It's quite globetrotting too. I didn't think about it until just now, but this week's game and next week's game are both globetrotting. Right?
Yeah. We can say that about next week's game. Sure.
I mean, you do. You go.
Oh, you do. You certainly do. No, but yeah, this one you kind of get what, like Vegas, like this is supposed to be like Paris, France, right? The first one.
Yeah, it's like Paris. Like I didn't think Vegas. I thought New York.
Oh.
Like obviously there's the gambling element to it, but
yeah,
I just the like New York mobster kind of thing with mugshot.
I could see that. Yeah, I saw like the
But
slot
no.
machines and I thought Vegas because I
You know
think
what? Atlantic City. There it is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That way you get the East Coast vibe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then Ms. Ruby's very much like Voodoo, Louisiana.
Yo, Sucker Punch loves themselves a bayou. I tell you what. I need to see who is from where, because yeah, they love bayou stuff. Um,
And then where would you say
I think the
is that
fire in the sky
is that like
is China,
China? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
and
China, and then the last
Russia.
one is in uh like the like going up like a volcano mountain essentially.
Yeah, but that one, yeah, that one is named Russia. I swear the other one said China somewhere, but yeah, Kunlun Mountains in China is where. Oh, hold on, this page has where all of these are.
Ooh.
So that's not Bayou, it's Haiti.
Okay.
Snake Eyes is Mesa City, United States, which
Well, I knew it was Mesa City. I just got.
Utah, in the Utah desert.
Ooh.
And Tide of Terror was in Wales. That's where we fought the frog.
Okay.
Wouldn't have got that.
Nope.
There you have it. A globe-trotting adventure. Um, Visually, you mentioned before that this is presented in sort of a noir, cartoonish fashion. It's very colorful, despite how you're kind of always playing at nighttime, but it still feels very bright. There's some indoor stages. Everything has this sort of like cartoony, uh, like roundness to it and like unevenness to it. It's I don't know how else to describe it. There's probably an art term for it, but I'm too dumb to know what it is. But yeah, something along those lines where like shapes aren't always even. The you know a box is not literally a square box. It's
Mm-hmm.
always got weird angles and stuff like that, but it works in this world. Um, and a lot of cell shading too, which works really well. Keeps the game looking good. I think obviously we're playing the PS2 version to PS4, upscaled to PS5, but I think even still, I bet if you go back to the PS2 version, it still looks really good. Um, I think it probably holds up.
Yeah, I can't
In terms of
imagine this type of art style looking bad.
no, in terms of character design, would you think of everyone's kind of look, feel?
Think everyone checks out, like hits their checkpoint. Like, yes, Bentley is a turtle, but like his look looks like the guy at the computer. Murray
Yeah.
is like a hippo, right? Supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be like you can tell like he's like the dumb goon in a way, the lovable goon.
Yeah.
Um, I liked all the and we didn't talk. I mean, we talked about the cast around Sly, but like I thought the Phoenix Five looked great.
Yeah. I think they all have really, really neat designs. I think they worked well.
Um, except for the Panda King. I'm telling you, that is just a prequel to Kung Fu Panda.
Very much so.
Yeah, no, but no, I like the art design. I like the level design. Um, yeah, like you're always in these biomes, but like each one feels distinctly different, whether it's a gameplay thing, a mechanic thing, or a look thing, which is quite refreshing.
Yeah. Um, Trying to find you a picture, but Sly Cooper and Murray, I believe, actually originate from Rocket Robot on Wheels.
Oh, okay.
Slightly different designs. I will find it eventually and share it with you. But yeah, slightly different looking, but they were there. Oh, I found them. Yeah. Um, did you have a preferred area or one of the like biomes?
I think I found myself liking the episode Sunset Snake Eyes, which would be Mesa City.
Yeah.
Um, and that was just because like Tide of Terror was all I believe it was all stage based, and then you got your
Yep.
first curveballs of gameplay like the racing or the little like destroy like collect all the boxes but destroy the crabs. I think was also Mesa City if I remember right. But you got some
Uh,
That actually might have been the first area. To now I'm
I
thinking
think
about
that
it.
one, because yeah, I had that written down that Treasure in the Depths was a fun shift in gameplay.
But
That was yeah.
yeah, no, I kind of, you got more of the shake up there, and I think that's when it kind of like the game kind of started revealing itself in a way. I guess we didn't say either. Like, yeah, you're getting abilities from doing the safe, collecting all the clues and opening the safe. But after you beat a main boss, you get a
Mm,
page or some pages of the Thievius Raccoonus that teach you a core ability that you will use at some point in the later levels. And then you'll
yeah.
get 4 of those after each boss. Well, you'll get 1 after each boss, totaling 4.
No, that's a good point. I forgot about that one. Um,
I like the
I
dumb
guess moving.
animation before you move on, but like I like you open the safe and then he puts a little calling card, and it's like that's such a
Oh
good like
yeah,
level of
always.
detail for a thief. Like, yeah, that makes all
Yep.
the sense in the world. It's a little
And a
fucking
pompous thief because he's got a little bit of attitude
yeah,
to him too. Yeah, it
yeah.
works.
Yeah,
Um,
he hits that safe lever like he's done it 1,000 times.
oh
It's
yes,
just the
yes,
smoothness of his animations. It's like
yeah.
pretty. Yeah.
Being pompous, you hear it a good bit in his voice acting. I think I think Sly's got a good, strong voice actor behind him. I think all of the characters do. We
I
mentioned it before, but like
think all do. Oh yeah, all of them do. I
it
love the
just
voice acting.
worked.
I love the
I don't
voice
know.
acting.
Like sometimes in a game like this, it can be like, okay, whatever. Like move on. I didn't skip, or I don't know if you could skip because I didn't even try. But like,
I don't think you can.
it just worked. Like everybody felt right in their role. I don't know. It worked for me. I think in addition to voice acting, I think the music worked well.
Mm-hmm.
You had themes from kind of each area, but still this overall sort of just like um what do you call it? Like a espionage vibe to it. Sort of that like Pink Panther like sneaky.
Yeah. Okay. I was like thinking. I was like, this is like the shit you hear in like a James Bond like overture. Like stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's more. It has a little bit more like charisma behind it, just because it's a mascot platformer. Has to
Yeah.
be a little bit more cheery. Can't be that dreary.
No. Um anything else gameplay, visual, sound that we didn't hit on?
No, I guess I think some of my hits when the controller weren't registering, not just in that rhythm fight, but I feel like I would hit like a jump and just Sly wouldn't do it, and I don't know, it'd be my controller for all I know, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
sometimes the button registration, um, but yeah, no, like mine is like the boss fights being hard and like weirdly hard, not like hard in like a
Yeah, they
Dark
jump.
Souls way, but like weirdly hard for this game. I no, I really don't have much to complain about.
I think the reason is like you spend so much time to your point earlier of like you're not really required to platform until the boss fights and then all of a sudden and you're not really required to engage in combat, but then the boss fights it's like nope, you got to be doing platforming and you've got to be doing fighting. Um where those aren't necessarily Sly strengths, but still works. Uh how challenging was the game for you overall?
I wasn't. I wouldn't say it's hard. I think it's one of those things like with Crash. Like I think Crash gets hard, but like if you're chasing the 100% or the 100, I think it's one of those games that does like get to over 100%. But like
Mhm.
if you're chasing that stuff, it gets it can get hard.
Yeah. Um did you like Sly Cooper
I did.
and the Thievius Raccoonus?
I did. I did quite. Yeah.
Yeah, I did as well. Um, Any interest in playing more of it? Are you gonna go back for more collectibles, stuff like that?
I'm probably done with the first game. I'd probably be more interested to go in to the sequels. I don't see me doing it anytime soon, unfortunately. But like, I have them ready to go in my back pocket now if I wanted to chase something.
Yeah, I'm with you. Probably should have rode the wave while I was in it. Now that I'm like, a week or so removed from beating this, maybe it doesn't make sense to jump back. But yeah, I do want to get the platinum, and yeah, I'm curious to see the rest of them. Um, I guess what would you want to see in a sequel? Just final closing thought on this. Like, what's missing from this one, or how do you hope they would carry it forward? Some
Gadgets.
extra gadgets, yeah.
Like, load me up James Bond style.
Hmm. We'll have to see what they do. Uh, yeah, in Sly 2. I say we rank this over on the freecheese.com/the list. Um, I felt pretty good about this one.
Yeah.
My review's quite high, numerically speaking. And my ranking, yeah, I got it as the new 47.
New
Below Ape Escape and above Brain
47.
Age.
New
I couldn't beat Ape Escape. I still
47.
think I like Ape Escape better than this.
Oh, I like it better than Ape Escape, but not much better than that. I have it as the new 43 between Parasite Eve and Space Channel 5.
See, we both had our ceilings.
Yeah, I like this better than Ape Escape, but I also see the argument of you liking Ape Escape better. Let's come to you. I think I'm more indifferent to it than I think your feelings might be.
I don't know. Because I do like this better than Space Channel 5 and Left 4 Dead and the stuff above. It could be an anomaly. Ape Escape just happens to be down there. I'm good with
Nah,
it. I'll come up.
I don't know.
No?
I, Left 4 Dead's the tough one on that list because I like Left 4 Dead a bunch.
I do
Now
too.
I'm thinking, let's. I'll come to you.
Fall down?
I'll come
Does
to
it
you.
need to fall any further? Did I
No,
go too high? Okay.
no, no, because I like this game a lot. I think my review score is going to reflect that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be one of those weird ones on the list where we probably have higher review scores than like some of the stuff surrounding it on the list, but that's the way she rolls. Because I don't think like as high as I am on the review side, I don't think this starts to jump up into the 30s by any. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it gets stacked.
yeah,
That's the thing. And for any potential newer listener, I know we haven't talked about it in a while. Just because you're like number, let me scroll down here, like 133 out of 182 does not mean the game sucks. We have
yeah,
a sharp fall off in like the 170s, and the rest of it is like good, like maybe above average to good to great, and then like you get into the 30s and it's stacked.
yeah. It's a weird list. And Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus joins it at number 43. Congratulations, Sly Cooper. And Sucker Punch for joining the list. We'll be back next week with another video game called Mach-N X for the Sega Dreamcast. See what Atlas was up to in the Dreamcast era. Getting weird out there. With that, I will leave you with the final quote of the video game. Shut up, Ringtail. Thank you, Matt. Thank you all out there for hanging with us, listening, watching. Go into thefreecheese.com. See you next time. Bye.